Either way, having Qatar at WWC Live was an incredible honor for us, and we appreciate seeing him in our chat. Thank you, Qatar, killer of killers.
The WWC, what the world is watching.
Welcome into the WWC. QB18 here, and today we are going to touch on real power in last war. Before we get into that, let's go over a few stats so we truly understand how this is determined. First, in your rankings in your server, you'll see 3 power stats. We have individual power, we have total hero power, and we have strongest hero power. Individual power is what we started the game with, playing the game for about 860 days. And when we first started, we saw this individual power and we thought, oh man, this large number, this must be how strong everybody is, right? And usually it comes pretty close to matching total hero power, but it really depends on when you're looking at this list. What we found out as we played the game is this number, although it takes all of your base, all your power into consideration, it's very heavily dependent on your drill grounds and how many troops you have. As you can tell in this list here, I'm ranked 13th. I'm really in the total hero power list ranked 7th, but because I only have my drill grounds about halfway, I'm losing about 70 million in this list. So individual power is not a good stat to look at. So let's go next, the thing that we're looking at, and that's total hero power. Now, this is what everybody's been dependent on for a long time. But he pulls up total hero power and see, wow, that's how strong somebody really is. You determine the servers this way and individuals this way, VIP 18s. Everybody looks at total hero power, all of your strength combined. This is how strong people really are. This is what we looked at. Now, based on this is where we start our story. Wednesdays on WWC Live is Hero Day, which our heroes are the coordinates list. You can find them at discord.gg/coordinates list. Wolfie and her team started out just trying to find a bunch of coordinates in the game and then pass them out to you. Maybe you're looking for Desert Storm or it's Kill Event or Meteorite. You ask them for the coordinates for those servers so you can see who you're fighting. They send them to you in game so you can look up that server and find them. Amazing service they do for free. But they don't just stop there. As a matter of fact, right now they're having a 2K brick giveaway that you can go and enter. So please go onto their site, discord.gg/coordinates list and enter. They also do a ton of other tracking and cool things to make our game more fun. As you can see, this is what the coordinates list Discord looks like. So first you go on and get yourself verified, and then you can move about and ask for things like coordinates, enter into the giveaways like I showed you. Then a few spots below coordinates requests, you'll see Google Sheets. In Google Sheets, you can click here, and this is going to open your gateway to fun. Now, before I go into this spreadsheet, I think it's important for me to say that everything in this spreadsheet anybody can use, right? They make this open to the public, which is absolutely amazing of them. However, if you're going to utilize this information, especially if you're making videos or anything like that from the data that you take, please give credit to the coordinates list folks that are working incredibly hard on this list. They put in a lot of time to keep this information valid, and we just want to make sure that they are given their proper due when we use any of the information. So whether it's the VIP 18 rankings or kills list or anything like that, please do. I will also say it's the duty of the public that when you are out here, Last War fans, and you're watching videos and you're seeing information like this driven, please in the comments give credit to discord.gg/coordinates list if whoever is driving the video did not. Let's go into what we usually review, and that's VIP 18 tracking. Now, the coordinates list has spent a lot of time coming up with this information. I know Mike the Sage had led the charge, but there's a lot of people that have gone into tracking things, looking at things for the coordinates list, right? And so we have on here what you're looking at is all the VIP teams tracking, and we have total hero power. What we were doing is Beck was coming on Wednesdays, showing us who the top 10 in total hero power were. Now, one week when we went over this information, it was very strange. We noticed that a base went from 599 to 603, and then at one point went back down to like 600. There was like some bouncing going around in a few million. It's like, wow, why are these top bases losing power week to week? And then we found out Qatar said that if you use temporary things like frames and base skins, it can temporarily raise total hero power, only to when they expire, that base power goes back down to normal. That makes sense. And we all know that from using things like the tank skin that you can win. Then there were some conversations that Mike the Sage was having to determine, is total hero power even a real number? Because there's so many people that are inflating this number. And we found out from Qatar that it's not only being inflated by the skins and the bases and frames, it is also being inflated by working on heroes that you do not use, like SR heroes and SS heroes, where prints, red prints, and upgrades are being done to those heroes that falsifies the total hero power. And that led us to last night, when we were just having a powwow on Heroes Day with our coordinates list partner. Mike the Sage was showing off the spreadsheet, going through some things, VIP 18s, and this new server strength tab that the coordinates list is working on. And lo and behold, WWC was incredibly honored to find out Qatar was watching WWC live and commented in our chat. I must say, incredible honor for us, and thank him, the killer of all killers, appearing on Hero Day. So now let me cut to our WWC live last night to show you a clip. The thought is that they're not using as much of the nonsense to fill it up, their total hero power. That's the premise of doing this.
And just to let you know, Qatar's actually on right now, and he gave a little blurb for you for talking about the strongest hero power.
Oh, if you want to compare two VIP 18 squad power, look at the SHP. Take the difference in SHP times 5. It will get you the difference in squad power.
So like if they're 500,000 difference between them, you times by 5, so it's 2.5 million.
Qatar and LB Justin are still the top two, regardless how you shake it. But then again, in all fairness, Qatar's his wall is like 15 million. By the way, I might use my inventory, so all this data will be old. That was the other thing. He used his inventory raised. What was it? He raised his power, Mike, that one time when he used it. What did you say? I think he said.
Well,
we talked to him. He said like 10 million he can do or something.
Well, he was over 600 million for because of Champion Duel, but when he was, educating me on total hero power versus strongest hero power, his point was that he had enough in his inventory that he could just upgrade everything and be over 610 million THP, but it's fake power. It's not real power.
Right. Oh, right.
And that's really
Agreed.
that's really what drove this whole conversation.
Right.
Was, like you touched earlier, it can be fake power. It's just an inflation where strength really comes from your ability to take down your enemies pretty much.
Yeah, him saying that, but I thought when he messaged us, I thought he said like he's saying I'll use all my inventory, and I think Qatar, I think you said if you used it, you could raise it like 7 million or 10 million. It was something obnoxious. He said the number would be if he were to use it all, like what he possessed. Yeah, that's.
I think even more than that. I think you could go up like 15 million probably.
That's crazy.
But yeah, either way, yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. Server strength. Oh, let me see. Qatar. He only upgrades his wall once a month or more, and fake power by adding gears to. Oh yeah, okay. Useless heroes. I think he'll do a video. I can easily go up. Yeah, he said he could easily do 15 million in total hero power. You 100% should do that video, Qatar. Absolutely, it's incredibly interesting. Can you imagine? Yeah, just he's not even doing all the video. Yeah, consider it done. Good. I can't wait. You let us know. We'll make sure to tell everybody that it's out. And since Qatar was true to his word, we are going to be true to our word and tell you to go watch this Qatar video.
A jerk and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life cause I don't feel alive and there's nothing that makes me happy. Hold my beer for a minute. I'm about to quit my job, cash in for a ticket. I'm going on a trip and I don't plan to visit. I'm gonna stay there till I feel like I'm winning. And this is just the beginning. I need a big change, help me feel like living. I need a big swing, home runs I'm hitting, and I'll never look back, moving on till I get it all. And we all got dreams, we all want things, but what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? And do you believe you can do?
That's right. Qatar took his time to show everybody exactly where a lot of people are getting this fake power from. So go out to Qatar 1 on YouTube and take a look at his live last night called Hero Day and Inflating Total Hero Power. And you will see that he exposes everybody who's using these type of tactics to raise their total hero power, or they're just doing it for fun, or they're trying to convince everybody that they might be stronger than they actually are. Either way, having Qatar at WWC Live was an incredible honor for us, and we appreciate seeing him in our chat. Thank you, Qatar, killer of killers. So what does this mean for the majority of people? Most of you really won't need to use this information. You're not worried about putting prints on your SSR and SR heroes. You're not worried about putting mythics on heroes that you don't use. Majority of people can look, 99% of last working, just look at your strongest hero power in your server and know who is the strongest or how it is determined accurately. But when we start having these conversations at the top end of Last War, just know you may want to ask, what is their strongest hero power instead of what's their total hero power? Hopefully you found this entertaining. That is all for now. QB18 out.